Now, let's begin.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, I just got done watching The Tourist, episode 2. Now, just in case you didn't watch my previous one, it's just going to be basically a spoilers and review of what I think of this episode, just in case you care. So, but anywho, that's just give you a heads up. So before I get started with the story, this one feels a little bit different than the previous one. I don't know if the other one was just a new take on a story. I don't know why, but this one, the pacing was about the same, but just really kind of slowed down. I'll explain when it slowed down for me. But so basically, the episode 2 kind of takes off what the episode 1 leaves off, where the guy calls him calls him on his cell phone. So basically, he's like the guy in the barrel. He's like, help me. And the guy's like, who are you? Who am I? How do I know you? And he's like, I'm buried in a oil drum. Please find me. Go where he said the location of it was Murray Waters. He's like, that's where I'm at. Look for the waterfall. Guy's like, okay, Murray Waters, waterfall. Where are? He's like, please come find me now. I'm here because of you. You brought me. He said, I'm here because of you. He said, yeah, come get me. You owe me. You owe me that. You're the reason I'm here. So the guy's confused, like, okay, whatever. So after that scene, this is what really, I guess, is the pacing of this subplot, I guess. The scene goes to a police force or police academy. This guy's teaching, talking about police stuff. Look at his watch a couple times, and eventually it hits a certain, I think it was like 11 o'clock in the morning on the dot. While he's in class, he gets his phone and he calls somebody. He's like, hey, love, yeah, we should get the lamb. How's so-and-so doing? Just random talking like that. It was just very odd. I don't know if it was legit somebody there, like his wife, or it was a code or something. I'm thinking it might, I don't know. It could be a lot of things. But while he's talking, he said, oh, I'll call you back. I have somebody on the other line. So while he's on the line, he was, I don't know why they did this, but they took him he went to the bathroom, user number 1, to pee, I guess. And he has a pee bag that he uses to use the bathroom. I don't know why that's important. I guess maybe he's not in good health. And I explain another thing later on in this review, in spoiler review, I guess you call it. But anywho, while he's talking to the guy, he's like, whatever. He said, Murray Waters, where's that at? No, he said the location of the small town where the bomb blew up, where that bomb, that little small restaurant where the bomb went off. I don't know what the name of that town was, but he's like, where is this town at? So, and the scene cuts. Well, after the scene cuts, let's see here. Oh, it goes back to the guy at the location of where they're at the gas station. Well, at the gas station, he gets a cell phone. He tries to click on contacts. It's like a small little cell phone. It's not a flip phone, but one that just has the buttons in it, physical buttons. He clicks on it for contacts, and it pops up PIN. He tries it, nothing happens. He's like, he got disappointed, right? So he takes, so he goes back in the car, and they take him back to the B&B, or the little small hotel. And, yeah. And he goes back where the waitress was there waiting on him. And she's like, how was it? He's like, and he tells her everything about he bought koala bear, and it has a phone in it. He went a whole 9 yards. And the guy in the phone tells me to go to that location. She's like, where is that? You know, I said, oh yeah, that's 4 hours away. I'll take you. He's like, you'll take me? Why? She's like, I'll use the most interesting thing that ever happened in this town. Get in the car, and they went. And the next scene, the cowboy guy, the truck driver, is on the phone, and he says, I was going to, I can't say some words on YouTube. He says, I was going to unalive that guy on the side of the road, but there was a car that saw the whole accident, so I couldn't do it. And he said, the last line, he said, call me if you get a clue on where his location is. And he hangs up. After that, I think one of the employees came to him trying to blackmail him about something, he reported a truck was stolen, but really it wasn't. He was trying to blackmail him. And he basically unalives him because he don't want, no witnesses and all that. And he basically slams a truck door up in him until he passes away. I don't know why, but that was it. So after that, Helen is the female cop. She's not a detective. She's just basically just a regular cop. While she's with her fiance or boyfriend or whatever, she gets a call from the hospital to say, hey, there's a guy here looking for that one guy that in the car wreck. And she said, well, did he say what he's looking for? He's like, no. Did he give you a name? He's like, he didn't. I didn't. I asked, but he didn't give it to me, and he just wanted to know where he was. And she was busy with him on her day off, so she kind of didn't want to get into it. Her fiance was being a jerk towards her, so she hurried up and got on the phone. Well, some of the stuff I don't know if it will mean anything later on, so I'm going to tell you a little bit about it here and there, so just bear with me here. In that process, after he got on the phone, he found a food wrapper, like a burger wrapper in her glove compartment. He's like, what is this? And he's been jerked towards her because, again, she's trying to lose weight and he's trying to lose weight. And I don't know, it's just that's her backstory in her life. She struggles with stuff, insecurities. Speaking of that, while that was happening, they went to work out and they started talking about Bloody Mary game. And he's like, you ever tried it before? She said no. And she kind of looked down like no. And the next scene, she's in the bathroom at the weight room place where they're working out by herself, and she started saying Bloody Mary once, and she chickened out, right? So she went on. But this is just a little nitpick. But she tries again later on in the episode, and she actually turns the lights off and said it 3 times. Basically, you can tell that she's progressing, getting confident. She's getting confident that she's determined to find out this guy, where he's from. Nobody else cares about him. She wants to find out this guy's story. That's basically her plot line of she's getting tired of being mistreated and all that. And yeah, it's interesting. She's very interesting. I kind of like her. I like her character a lot. But anywho, after that. It goes back to the guy and that waitress. They're driving a truck. And he's just like, I don't understand. Why are you helping me? She's like, what are you talking about? She's like, you're helping a complete stranger stuck in a vehicle for 8 hours. And they just, she's like, oh, I just like to go on the flight. And he kind of looks at her like, you're full of it. He's questioning it because it seemed very odd that she's doing that. And it's definitely true. He's definitely questioning everything, which I would too if I don't remember anything. So he did that for a while. Then they stopped to get gas, and she sees a cell phone, gets it, and she's getting ready to put the pin in, but he comes back to getting gas and all that, so she puts the phone away. The scene changes back to where that guy in the oil drum, he hears something up on top surface, and he thinks somebody's here to save him, and it was just a lizard just walking around. He thinks it's somebody else, but it's just a lizard. And he goes back. After that, the scene goes back to the guy, the girl, went to that town where he says to go to, right? Excuse me. And they all walk around town, and they was asking, do you know where the waterfall is? Waterfall. And the wife said, no. So they see a sign where it says tourist helicopters. They go there and ask, can you take us to so-and-so place? Do you know where the waterfalls are? And they kind of hee-haw around because they're playing a game. Eventually they said, yeah, we do, but right now we can't take off because the storm's coming. The guy's like, storm's coming? Like, yeah. He's like, all right, so forget this. They left, get in the truck, and they're just going to go where to go. So when they went, they got into. Hang on, they left at that location where the helicopter was, of course. And now this is odd too. So the chief detective I told you about was in the academy. Well, he shows up at the old small town police department, and asking questions. And there was another cop there, and he's talking about, like, oh, this is I can't believe the most famous detectives here. How can we help you? And he's like, I'm going to investigate this bomb that happened and all this. And he said, don't you think it's kind of odd? The person that don't remember anything, he was there at the location as well. The guy's like, yeah, I never thought about that. Anywho, the detective kind of walks out, walks around, being very shady or weird, goes behind the police department, put his hand on the side of the building, and he throws up for some reason. And that's the reason I think he might be sick, because he had the pee bag earlier in the episode, and he just threw up beside the building. Don't know if he's like nervous or he's got an illness going on. Maybe an illness because of the pee bag. Don't really know. But so after that, Ellen kind of gets tired and tells her boyfriend and fiance, hey, I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm still investigating that guy on my day off. So she calls the hospital, and asks, do you have CCTV? Can you give me pictures and video of that guy? She said, yeah. Well, go ahead and send it to the department, and then I'll see from there. So long story short, with that, the department gets it and finds out who it is, and it's a guy that is American, who owns a car or a truck company, and his name is whatever. I forgot what his name was. And she goes there to interview him. Not interview him, but to talk to him. And he's like, can I help you? And she's in a plain clothes. She's off duty. She's like, yeah, I'm officer blah, blah, blah. He's like, you don't have a badge. You're not in the uniform. She's like, I'm day off. I'm just investigating this thing. And he said, do you have anything? And she pulls out her ID. He takes a picture of her. He said, well, I'm sorry. I've been done wrong, and you have to be safe these days, kind of thing. I've been wrong many times about people. And she asked him about, why was you looking for the guy in the accident? He's like, well, I saw the accident. I just want to make sure he's okay. She said, okay, but why was you asking where he went? He's kind of stepped back for a second. He's like, he's trying to spin. It's like, well, it was a horrible accident. I just wanted to meet a guy that survived that. And you can tell she knew something's up, and he thought it was odd that she caught him in the act. So I said, well, if you hear anything, give me a call back. She leaves. When she leaves, the guy calls whoever's on the phone. It's like, I need you to look out for Helen so-and-so. Give me information about her. And he hangs up. Well, then, let me hang on one moment here. Trying to see here. Okay. So the guy and the waitress was driving, and there come a big sandstorm. So they couldn't drive anywhere. It basically can't see anything. So they stopped in the side of the road, get in the back of the truck, and they have like a tarp they can put over the cover of the truck, a bed of the truck, so it protects them. So they're sitting there chit-chatting, and you can see that, she really is kind of looking at him like, I want to kiss you look. He's kind of clueless and is asking questions, talking to her, just passing time. And it's like, I can't believe you would do this, and, that kind of junk. It was just whatever. I'm still kind of curious about her. Well, all right. So that was, while that was happening, back to the guy in the oil drum, he was just chilling out, I guess you can say. And the camera pans to a scorpion walking on the ground, and went through the hose that went to him. And then later on, you hear him scream. So you don't know what happens, right? So after that, it pans back to the guy and the girl, I think. Hang on a second. Yeah, goes back to the guy and a girl, and finds out that, after the storm has passed, they looked and they were totally off. They're not even close where they was going to go. So I was like, all right. So they went back to, hang on one second. Yeah, they went back to the helicopter place. It's like, we need your help. Take us. So they took them to the location at the waterfall. Is it basically when the helicopter gets there, basically there's no water. There's just a picture of a waterfall there. So I guess that's the right place. The helicopter lands. Say, hey, you got 20 minutes. They can both get out of the helicopter. They go to this big, pretty, like a, not open land, but kind of like a hole, like a valley, I guess, a little small little hole in the area where the water used to be, I guess. So they're walking around. They kind of seen a hose in the ground, and they follow it. They dig it up, and the guy has passed away. And they check, he checks the guy and sees that he had a phone. Phone's dead. So he starts walking to the helicopter, and she's like, "Where you going?" He's like, "I'm gonna go call the cops." She's like, "No, we just got here. I don't want to cause no issues. I don't want to, I don't want to be involved." He's like, "I'm sorry, you're involved." He goes to the helicopter, and the helicopter guy was asleep for a brief second, and the guy opens up the door, and he looks down, and he sees like the little insurance thing you sign to, make sure you agree to everything. Well, the chick, she signs it, and he sees her name, and he kind of pauses and is like, "What do you call the police?" The guy's like, "Well, he said I didn't call the police." He says, "Why?" And he looks down and he sees a signature. And then he stops. He's like, "Never mind, I'll take care of it when we get back." So the whole time he's kind of like, Helicopter goes back, and yeah, he goes back and lands. As soon as it lands, the guy gets out. She comes back. She's like, "What? Wait, where are you going?" He's like, "It was you, wasn't it?" She says, "What?" "That signature in the insurance is the same signature, same type of sign or signature is in the same way I saw that note in my pocket." And she says, "Yeah, it's me." It's like, "Who am I? Who are you?" And she's like, "But do you know who I am?" She's like, "Yes, I do." And she's like, "Who am I?" He's like, "Do you really want to know, Elliot?" "Yeah, your name is Elliot Stanley." He's like, "Yeah, well, let's take it to the police." "Well, yeah, we can take the police, but I have to tell them that, you unalive somebody." He's like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, you unalive somebody." He's like, and he paces back and forth, and he just kind of comes back, and she's like, "Where are you going?" It's like, "I need to get a drink." And the episode ends. Right? And that's pretty quick and easy, but really, this episode, it has some moments to it, I guess. It was the moment when they was chilling out in them being in the truck, being in the sandstorm, that kind of slowed down the pace of it for me. It was still a good episode. It's not a bad episode. You got a little more interest, had the more information about the guy in the truck that got him in the first episode. And then you have this chief detective being there, and he's being odd. I guess he don't know why he's there, why he's sick, and all that. It was a lot of things, a little bit here and there. It keeps you going, still gets you. I'm still curious about Elliot's situation. If he ever get his memory back, but now the cat's out of the bag. Now she's going to tell him probably, who she is and who he was. Oh, I forgot to tell you one other thing. I did not write this down. While they was in the bed of the truck during a sandstorm, he was talking about how, I don't know if I have a wife, a girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever. And they start talking about, she had, and that somehow talking about her having a boyfriend. She's like, "I had a boyfriend, but we all set different stuff happens, and we was on a different type of something didn't line up or something to that effect." So basically, it sounds like it was him. Pretty obvious, right? That's the way I took it in that conversation. Sorry, I didn't mean that. Didn't mean to forget that, but I just realized right now talking about her. But with this story, hopefully it'll catch another gear. It's not like a end of the world kind of episode. I wouldn't call it a filler, but it was interesting. You kind of get a little bit of a nugget, a little bit of a crumb here and there, but all in all, it's a pretty good episode. So again, if anybody lasts this long, it's 19-minute long review and spoilers, which I don't think nobody has. It's 6 episodes. It's already all published on Netflix. If you're curious about it, go ahead and watch it. And I guess I'll watch episode 3 tomorrow when I get a chance and talk about it and spoil it and review it again. All right. Catch y'all later.